Greetings and welcome to another opportunity for daily inspiration. You're tuned in to the right place at the right time for the right reason. And because of that, I'm glad about it. I'm your pastor of Internet and Innovation, Kervance Ross, and you are right now on the New Birth Missionary Baptist Church platform, where our senior pastor is none other than the one and only Dr. Jamal Harrison Bryant. And we are always honored as a pastoral team, Monday through Friday, to be able to engage you, inspire you, and to pray God's richest blessings upon you. Thank you for tuning in, whether you're on our Facebook campus, our YouTube campus, our wearenewbirth.org campus, or our New Birth Global app campus. Wherever you are, we're grateful for you, and I'm excited to be in your presence. You know that on the daily inspiration moments at 12:30, whether you're watching us live or you're watching us in replay, it is our goal to be able to get you through the daily run of life by inspiring you at lunchtime. And I'm excited. So good to see so many familiar faces. And I want to get into this. You now know that we are, through our senior pastor, in an amazing series that he's kicked off called Word is Bond. It is a conversation and a series on covenant. He's using the title Word is Bond, and we are using the James Bond concept to guide you week to week to each series. We are focusing in on October the 24th because we're making a covenant with our finances, knowing that God did it 2 years ago with 235. He did it last year with 365. And this year he's doing it with Bond 700. And I want you to join me, whether you're doing it for $70, $700, $7,000, wherever God is placing you. As a business owner, I'm going to do it for my business as well as for my family. And I'm encouraging you to do the same. If you would go to wearenewbirth.org and you just type /Bond 700, you can make your commitment because your word has to be your bond. We know that God's word is never a concern. It's always ours. So I'm encouraging you. If you'd hit the share button, I'm ready to get into this inspiration. This message is impactful. I need you to tag every woman you know in your family. I need you to tag your mama, your auntie, your sister, your girlfriend, your wife, your cousin. This message is going to inspire you in a way that it has blessed me. I need us to do what we need to do. Share, tag, text, call some people. Let them know that the Kingmaker, Pastor Kervance Ross, is getting ready for 15 minutes of daily inspiration. If you're ready, just type in the comments, I'm ready. I'll give you a few seconds. Fill your screen if you're on Facebook with hearts, thumbs up. Let me know that you're ready, and I'm ready to get into it. If you would go with me to the book of Numbers, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, fourth book, Numbers chapter 27. And I'm reading from my study Bible, the Message Bible. And we're only focused on verse 6 and 7. Numbers 27, verses 6 and 7. And it reads, God ruled. Zelophehad's daughters are right. Give them land as an inheritance among their father's relatives. Give them their father's inheritance. God ruled it. He made a decision. Zelophehad's daughters are right. Give them the land as an inheritance among their father's relatives. Give them their father's inheritance. For the few moments of daily inspiration that I've been allotted in this new series that I kicked off last week in lockstep with our senior pastor called Family and Money Matters. That's the series that I'll be running for the next several weeks, Family and Money Matters. I'm going to show you how the bonds with your family and your finances are important. So you need to be able to be tuned in lockstep with this passage, with this thought, and with this series. I'm talking from the subject, I refuse to pay a mortgage. I refuse to pay a mortgage. You type that in prophetically on your behalf. God is getting ready to allow some of you to sign as a homeowner for the first time. You're not going to have to pay a mortgage. He's getting ready to give it to you scot-free. I refuse to pay a mortgage. I believe it is important that as we're talking about family, that I give you the definition for the word family. By Webster Merriam's definition, or Merriam-Webster's definition, the family is defined as a group of people who are related to each other. A group of people who are related to each other. They can be related by blood. They can be related by cause. They can be related by genealogy or by ethnicity. They can be related by gender. But the key there is that there has to be a relation. And relationship creates family. And when I think about the impact that women who are related to each other have made on history, I think about 52 years ago, on January 3rd, in 1969, Shirley Chisholm was sworn in as the first black woman elected to U.S. Senate. It's amazing that 52 years ago, she became the first. And then in 2019, the 116th Congress set a record where 36 new women joined the House, bringing the total number to 102 women in the House, which is an all-time high. And it's amazing that so many women of color, as a result of Shirley Chisholm making a pioneering pathway to open up doors that would be 52 years down the line. Rashida Tlaib, Elian Omar, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Ayanna Pressley, and our very own Vice President Kamala Harris have all been able to be recipients of her pioneering sacrifice. They inherited as a family of women in politics that are of the same color, of the same hue, of the same decision mindset of making women have a voice in places in politics. What happened 52 years ago created ripple effect 52 years later. And we're seeing so many women of color being able to have their voices heard in Congress. And it's amazing to me, the power of women. And I want you to tag a woman that you know now that has made an impactful impression on your life, that has changed your life for the better. All of us have to admit, without women, none of us would be here. I don't care who you are, a woman has impacted your life, whether it was a mother, a praying grandmother, an aunt that made a sacrifice, a cousin, a sister that stood up for you. Women have made an impact on our lives. And it is important to realize that their refusal to be silenced is the reason many of us are heard. And I am imploring us to realize that this is not a new phenomenon, because when I look into the political realm of the book of Numbers, in the middle of a census, there are 5 women who decided that we're not going to be silenced anymore. They are the daughters of Zelophehad. These 5 amazing women, Mala, Noah, Hagla, Milcah, and Tirzah are in this space where they realize it is not protocol and apropos for them to have a voice. You go back and read Numbers chapter 16, there was a rebellion that had just been led. It's called Korah's rebellion. And 3 Levites, led by a gentleman named Korah, created a rebellion of 250 people. That appears to be about Moses exalting himself over the people, and they decide they want to pull a coup and they want to levy accusations against Moses. But the truth was, they were not upset with Moses, they were upset with God. And it's amazing that these men had privilege, but not realizing that sometimes privilege can become a punishment. Their privilege put them in a position where it made them feel like everything had to go their way. That they could minimize leadership, that they could marginalize women, that they could maximize their position without spitting in the face of the master. And all of a sudden, God allowed these 250, including Korah and his team regime, along with 14,700 other people to die. And it's amazing to me how situations in your past, without you realizing it, are setting up opportunities for your family in the future. You have to think about it, that you wouldn't be where you were if it weren't the ripple effects of situations in the past. You thought it was a bad situation. You're trying to figure out, how is this connected directly to you? You didn't realize that one individual making a decision against the better judgment of their own privilege would impact your voice. And that's why you got to embrace the fact that, for we know that all things work together for good. You may not have had dad at home, but he put you in a space where mama had to be mama and daddy. It worked together for your good. You found yourself where you were being raised by grandmama because mama was drug addicted. She was not responsible. And you thought when you were going to high school and didn't have a mama like everybody else, didn't have a daddy like everybody else, that it was working against you. But you now know that God put you with grandmama to give you the faith you needed, allowed you to have the intercession that was required, allowed you to have the determination to be who you are today. It worked for your good. You need to start counting it all joy, even when things don't look like they're on your beneficial behalf, but realize that God is allowing ripple effects to happen that you'll see will give you a voice. After you've seen all of this, they have now been put in the tribe of Manasseh. They are of the lineage of Joseph. Some kind of way life put them in a place that after the census and after the government is trying to count and organize individuals for tax purposes, that they have a law of land inheritance. Because of this law, only way you can inherit land in a family is if there was a man there. And lo and behold, God would have it be that Zelophehad would die. And Zelophehad has no men in his seed strategy of life. He had all girls. He was a girl dad. He didn't produce a boy. He only produced girls. Every time he went to the well, it came back a girl. And now he's got these 5 daughters, Mala, Noah, Hagla, Milcah, and Tirzah, and he is now in the position where he is giving them the authority to be Shirley Chisholm from the grave. And he now allows them to realize it doesn't matter how the situation is aligned. It doesn't matter that there are only men in the temple. It doesn't matter that situations are traditional. I'm giving you the voice to know that if you stand up for yourself, if you put yourself in a position where you will find your voice mattering and you all join together as a family, because family is first. It is important. And as you all connect for a common goal, watch God start ruling on your behalf, and they decide against protocol, against structure in a male-dominated society to stand up and say, I know our dad has died. I know we don't have a man in the house, but we believe that God has given us a family matter that is going to impact our finances and going to change the structure of our future. I know that even if it is decided that this will happen, the year of Jubilee, every 50 years, he's going to set a default and allow it to go back the way it was, and we could lose it. It does not help me to understand that if we marry into another tribe, that even if you give it to us, it can go into the hands of the man of the other tribe. We're going to take the risk of standing up and speaking on our behalf and realizing that our dad's name means to unite. We are going to unite and come together, and as long as we are a family, Our voice is going to put us in a position where we refuse to pay a mortgage because we believe God is going to stand on our behalf. And in Numbers 27, verse 6 and 7, God ruled on the family for finances and for the future. He said, the daughters are right, Moses. Give them their inheritance and don't allow it to go to anybody else. They're going to change the rules, the laws, and the regulation now, henceforth, and forevermore. And I want to testify to you in these last 5 seconds that you got to stand up for your family. You got to stand up for your finances. You got to start speaking that it's going to be mine. I know what the rules said. I know what the contractor said. I know what the seller said. I know what the bank said. I know what the court said. But I believe that God has the last say. And I'm not going to pay a mortgage. I'm not going to pay this bill. God said it. It's His will. It's His bill. And I'm going to believe that He's going to give it to me and change the rules. You're going to go down in history. It's going to change for you. I'm praying for you that your family dynamic is getting ready to shift because you're getting ready to speak up and your word is going to be your bond, and God is going to hear your word. He's going to acknowledge it. He's going to bless, and you will watch your family change for the rest of your life. I'm out of my time. I'm so grateful for yours. This series, this covenant, this moment is getting ready to change your life. And I know it. I believe it. I feel it in my bones that your covenant, your bond, is getting ready to shift your future and your family along with your finances. And I need you to sow a seed right now in lockstep, in congruency with covenant. 5 daughters. I'm asking each one of you to sow a seed today, right now. Plant that seed of $50. I'm asking you to sow a seed right now of $50. $50 is not there for you and it's uncomfortable. In lockstep with Bond 700, any gift ending in the number 7, I want you to sow it. Whether it's $7, $17, $27, $37, you sow that seed because I believe your family and your finances are getting ready to change. I believe it with everything that's in me. The prompts are on the screen. Sow that seed right now. And I know that God can rule on your behalf. But He can't rule on it if you're not in covenant with Him, if you're not a part of His family. And right now, I want to offer Jesus Christ to you. He has adopted us into the family of God forever. And I realize that God picked me. He wants you to be a part. He has a need for you. You just go to joinnewbirth.org right now. And if you need prayer, we now have a virtual prayer altar group here on Facebook, and you can join, and we're praying for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can go to that group and become a member. You can email us at prayer@newbirth.org, and we're praying for you right now. Get ready to sow your seed and bond with your covenant. October 24th is coming quick. I want you to be connected. Be tuned in on Sunday, on Tuesday, and Monday through Friday as we give you what God has given us in this place called New Birth. Don't go anywhere. I got some announcements that are customized just for you. Thank you for tuning in. I love you. There is absolutely nothing you can do about it. Have a drama-free, virus-free remainder of the week, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.
Hey, New Birth. It's time for our video announcement. Prepare for a shift in your mindset and thought process. Dr. Bryant's new series, Word is Bond, will bring next-level illumination and revelation. Dr. Bryant's teachings will navigate us towards our next destination as we explore the importance of covenant. As we continue to operate in love and in service to our community, we will prepare for our day of over and above giving on Sunday, October 24th. We will be endeavoring to reduce our church debt, address much-needed maintenance for our facility, offer support to those impacted financially by the pandemic and natural disasters. Because you have accepted the clarion call to give sacrificially, hundreds of souls have been saved. Thousands are served weekly at our King's Table, and COVID-19 vaccines are provided at no cost to the community. We are doing amazing work and changing the lives of many. Text NB Bond 700 to 71441 right now to make your commitment to our Bond 700 giving campaign. Also, please Join us weekly for our Tuesday morning prayer call at 7 a.m. Our prayer call number is 609-663-5452. Standard long-distance rates will apply. Volunteers, you are needed to help us beautify our campus and local community. On Saturday, September 18th, from 8 to 11 a.m., we will clean and beautify our church grounds. Volunteers are also needed in the Garden of Eden. Volunteer teams will also go off campus to pick up trash in areas around Newburgh. We hope that you can join us. Emerging Generations is taking over the Garden of Eden. All youth ages 12 to 18 meet us on the New Birth campus on Saturday, September 18th from 9 to 11 a.m. for some sunshine and garden fun. Parents, volunteers, EG leaders, and youth should all RSVP by September 13th by using the link below. Our Discovering Intimacy Kingdom Relationships class is a new, powerful, life-affirming class that is designed for everyone. Learn how to relate with one another and understand your God-given need for intimacy. Classes will begin on Sunday, October 3rd from noon to 1 p.m. The Discovering Intimacy book is now available in our Call to Conquer book store. Please visit wearenewbirth.org/events for more information. Join the conversations on virtual therapy on Thursdays, October 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. We have invited top leading clinical and professional therapists to share how to work on your mind in challenging times. Please visit wearenewbirth.org/events to register. New Birth, save the date. It's time to pull up and worship again. Join us on our campus on Sunday, September 26th at 9:30 a.m. Our special guest will be none other than the amazing Pastor Mike Jr. And that's going to do it for today's video.